Hi, let's get started with the Vulnhub Machine Corrosion 2. So let's find the IP address of this machine. So the IP address of this machine is 10.0.2.14. So let's quickly do an nmap scan. So we have three open ports here, port 22, port 80 and port 8080. So let's go to the Firefox. So we have an Apache Tomcat page. So let's quickly run a GoBuster scan. And we'll look for the files like HTML, PHP, text, and zip files. So we got two files here, backup.zip and readme.txt. We also have one more directory called manager. Let's take a look at each of them one by one. So first, let's go to readme.txt. So this is the username, and let's find out the password as well. Let's take a look at the other directory. So it's asking for a username and password. Let's try another file. So let's copy the file here. And let's unzip this file. So it's asking for a password, but we can also take a look at other files as well. So from this, when we extract this, we will look at the tomcat users.xml. So let's crack the password for the zip file. So we are going to use fcrack zip. And we are going to use the wordless rockyou.txt. So we got the password. Let's use the password and extract those files here. So let's take a look at this file. So we have role name as username as manager, and password is this one. So let's use this. So now we are in. So now let's try MSF console. And we'll search for Tomcat. So we are going to use this exploit. So we'll just type use 87. Now we'll set HTTP password, HTTP username, host, and port. So let's quickly do that. And let's get the shell. So let's spawn a shell here. Let's see if we can go to home. We found one more user, so let's take a look at that. So the permission is denied for this user. So let's try to switch the user. Use the same password again. So what we can do here is let's spawn the shell again. And now let's take a look at the directory structure. So there's one directory called files. Let's take a look at that. So we have one file here called look. So what we can do with this is we can find string patterns, and let's use this to explore the password and shadow files. So what we can do is we'll save these things in Vim. let's copy this as well. So what we can do is convert this to hash. So we have two files, password and shadow. So let's use unshadow. So to find out the password of different users, so what we're going to do is we are going to use John. We are going to use a word list called rockyou.txt, and we're going to use hash. So one thing I wanted to mention here, that this process will take a long time. For me, I'm using this virtual machine, so it has 4 gigs of RAM and 2 cores assigned to it. So I'll show you the screenshot what I have here. So it took about 1 hour 2 minutes to crack the password. So this is the password that we'll get in the end. So I'll stop the process here because it's going to take a lot of time, and I'll use the password directly. So what we can do is let's SSH into this machine. So we are now in. So we have a file called randombase64.py. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the directory as well. So we have node.txt. Let's take a look at user flag as well. So it's using a library called base64. So what we can do now is we can modify this base64 file. So let's do that. So we're going to use nano. Base64. So we are it's using Python 3.8. So we are directly going to look at into Python 3.8, and let's modify this file here. We're going to import OS, and we're going to use and let's save it. So now let's try running this file here. We'll use sudo. And we got the root shell. So we are now in the root directory, and we got the root flag. So thank you very much.